HBO may have a new hit on their hands in the form of the new crime thriller Mare of Easttown, and we're getting ready to talk about the first 3 episodes, so let's get to it.
Let's do it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken.
And today we're going to be talking about HBO's new show, Mare of Easttown.
Starring Kate Winslet.
Yeah, the first 3 episodes, we have a little bit of catching up to do with you guys, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the first 3 episodes today, and it's going to be spoiler free. We're gonna try to kind of skirt around some details and not talk about any spoilers. Now, one thing that I want to let you all know is that we're doing the first 3 episodes today, so if you want to join us in the coverage of this show, definitely get started watching this show now, because next week we're going to be doing episode by episode reviews. Probably dropping every Monday. Yeah. And we're going to get into spoilers in those videos. So if you want to watch this show with us, if you want to follow along, this is a show that lends itself very heavily to spoilers. You do not want to watch these spoiler reviews without watching the show, because it's one of those shows that kind of just moves along and unravels the mystery as it goes. So yeah, the first 3 episodes today, spoiler free. We're going to talk about it. We're just going to give our general thoughts. And then next week, we're going to do episode by episode, leading into the finale, where hopefully we will go live after it airs on Sunday night. Awesome. So that's the plan, you know, if the kids allow us to do it, I think.
Right.
But
so yeah, make sure you get caught up.
Yep, definitely make sure you get caught up. But before we get into talking about this show, we want to ask that if you are not yet a subscriber of Married with Media, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
What are you waiting for?
We have had some incredible growth in this past week. We started, I think we did our introduction video the last Wednesday, and we're already up to 70 subscribers. So we couldn't thank you guys enough for subscribing and coming and being a part of our little small community here on the Married with Media channel. And also be sure to smash that like button. We would definitely appreciate that. Like we said, we're a small channel. We're just getting started. Every single like will help this video kind of move up those YouTube algorithms and allow more people to take notice of our channel and what we're doing here. And also, if you've seen this show, if you're planning on watching this show based on our recommendation, comment down below, give us some feedback. Yes. We definitely appreciate that. So, I don't know. How do you want to start this? You want to talk about the cast, the crew, the directors? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, you can start with that. I'm going to leave that one to you. That's more of your expertise. I don't really get into all of that. I'm just all about the show itself.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we're going to talk about the first 3 episodes. So TV's always been super difficult for me to kind of break down and review, because when we watch TV, it's like it's hard to remember what specific moments happen in which specific episodes. Since we watched all 3, it's going to be easier next week when we're breaking it down episode by episode, and we know because it's week to week. But when you binge something, it's difficult to go back and talk about it. But
together.
This series has an interesting creative force behind it. You have Craig Zobel, who directed last year's The Hunt. Do you remember that movie?
I do. I like it.
Yeah, I remember that movie being like one of the first movies to come out. It's like right before the pandemic. Yeah. And he's also directed episodes of Westworld and Leftovers, so he's in the HBO family. Mm-hmm. This is written by Brad Ingelsby, who wrote all 7 episodes. So both of these guys he wrote all 7 episodes, and Craig directed all 7 episodes. So they're 2 people that are behind the entire creative direction of this show. He wrote The Way Back with Ben Affleck last year, which is the last movie I saw in theaters before the pandemic.
Yeah, I still need to see that.
Our Friend, which is a movie that we were going to watch earlier this year, but we never got around to because I didn't want to pay the $20. And I think it's on DVD now. But
is that the one where she has cancer?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one. So he wrote those 2 movies and some other movies in the past, but those are his most recent ones. And the cast in the show is freaking spectacular.
You can't go wrong with Kate Winslet. And then episode 2 might be jumping a little bit here.
That's
but
fine.
then we get surprised with Evan Peters.
Yeah, you got Evan Peters shows up, and it was kind of equivalent to how he surprised me in WandaVision, to be honest. I wasn't expecting him to be on the show at all.
Yeah, I didn't watch that, but I heard about it.
Yeah, Evan Peters, but he's outside of the MCU and superhero stuff. He's a great actor in general.
He is fantastic.
Yeah, we first noticed him in American Horror Story, right?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah, American Horror Story. He was in that movie, American Animals. which is a really underrated movie that
sure.
I like to talk about. This also has Guy Pearce, who I don't know if you know of as well. The guy that you said kind of looks like like a rat or something, like a wet rat, because he's got like greasy hair in this show.
It's like kind of Kate Winslet's like love interest.
Yeah, Kate Winslet's love interest.
Yeah, I don't love him, but
yeah, he plays I like his character in the show. I like his character in the show. He's kind of the...
I mean, he doesn't have like too much going on.
It's kind of like the intellectual, like suave gentleman type. I don't know. I think his character works, and I like his interactions.
He's got some mystery to him still. I feel like there might be more that they do with him, but
pretty much every character in this show has got a little bit of mystery surrounding them.
Can't quite figure them all out.
We also have Jean Smart, who I know have first seen, and I don't know if you watched the show Designing Women when you were little, but she was in that. She's a notable TV actress. She's been in a lot of stuff. You know her when you see her, but you don't always know everything she's been in. But she was she's the mom. She's the mom. She's the mom on the show.
Who you didn't realize was the mom, but
yeah, I didn't realize she was the mom. Well,
let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah, just watching the first 3 episodes, it has I feel like I've kind of figured it out now, but it's been very tricky. It was tricky to figure out who everybody was and like their relation with each other.
Yeah, hard to kind of nail down who's related to who and what way.
Who are they to her and what is going on? The like little family like circle dynamic is definitely intertwined and
yeah, it's because I didn't realize that David Denman, who is Roy from The Office, I mean, that's what I know him from. He's been in some other movies like Brightburn and some other stuff that we've seen recently. He seems to pop up more and more lately. I've noticed. He was in Greenland. Yeah, he was also in the movie Greenland.
What did we watch where he was like he tried to steal the kid?
That was Greenland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Greenland, and then Brightburn, he was the father of the evil Superman. So, but I'll always know him as Roy from The Office. That's his most iconic performance, I would say. But yeah, you don't really know. Like, I guess we gather that he's her ex-husband, but they don't tell you that in the beginning. You're just supposed to kind of figure that out. And then you got Angourie Rice, who plays Kate Winslet's daughter. And I first saw her in The Nice Guys, and I think she was like 12 in that movie. She played Ryan Gosling's daughter, which I know you haven't seen that, but she's great in that movie. And then she was in the Spider-Man movies as well. So I know she's kind of a character that kind of gets on your nerves a little bit. But
yeah, I don't love her, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
She's not like a huge part, but
they all seem very resentful of Kate Winslet.
Oh, yeah.
Mare, as a character. I guess we can refer to her as Mare, but I see us referring to her as Kate Winslet probably more because that's just what we know her. Or Rose Dawson from Titanic. But yeah, they all seem they seem a little bit too hard on Kate Winslet. And we don't know why yet. I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I can gather that, she's a workaholic. She's very dedicated to her job. And, I know what kind of, what that can do to a family, when you have to work so much and you don't have all those, it's hard to balance everything. So that's kind of what I get, but I'm sure there's probably going to be more to the story there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we've seen everything with how that's playing out. And that's the thing that this show balances so well. And it's just how her character and just the whole murder mystery aspect of it and how it just intertwines that with just her personal life.
Right, yeah.
And just allows you to really immerse yourself into Kate Winslet as a character while you're investigating this murder with her.
Right.
Is easily the best part of this show. And that may sound like a no-brainer that most shows, have to do that kind of thing to really pull off a great story. But a lot of them struggle to do that. I don't always connect to the main character.
Yeah, I feel like you're usually like more invested in one than the other.
Yeah.
Like, the murder part of it or the personal life. But I feel like for me, I'm interested in both.
Yeah, I'm just as intrigued at finding out like more about her past and her family dynamic as I am finding out who is the killer of this show, which we can get into that a little bit, without any spoilers. But The show does set up with a murder in the town. Like there has been a murder recently.
And I think you would get that from even just watching the previews, right?
Yeah, and I mean that's the synopsis of the
Right.
show. So I mean there's a murder in a small town, detectives investigating it, but then by the end of the first episode, there is another murder, and a character that you're introduced to in episode 1, which we won't spoil. And then that leads into kind of a chain of events that happens in episode 2 and 3, and Evan Peters coming in and that whole dynamic. And then the show also does a really good job as so far. It's really just putting all the pieces in place with all of these characters and just setting up the possibility for them being a suspect.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's one of those kind of like Clue or something, like who
done it.
Yeah, who did it?
Who done it is what they call it. The who done it. But yeah, let's talk about Kate Winslet just as an actress in general and how we're so excited to see her finally maybe get her due. I feel like she's been around for a long time. Obviously, she was iconic in Titanic and Eternal Sunshine. I know a lot of people love, and she's definitely been nominated and won Academy Awards for like The Reader and Revolutionary Road and some other films. It feels like she's done a lot of indie films lately, but it just doesn't feel like she's gotten the credit she deserves as an actress. I don't feel like she's in the mainstream like she used to be.
And I mean, that might be like a personal choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she is a fantastic actress. Definitely has some, I have some nostalgia for her with Titanic and everything. And did you mention Revolutionary Road?
Yeah, Revolutionary Road, which is the
that
one
is
where she reteamed with Leo.
Right. Yeah. Really enjoyed that movie. I remember it being kind of depressing, but it was, still a beautiful story.
Yep.
But yeah, and I think we've kind of come to the conclusion that this may be her first like TV series.
I believe so. If she's been in TV before, it was definitely not as a lead because she is front and center, the lead of this show. She's the star. There's no question about it. Like I would say most scenes have her in it. Like she's the through line through the entire show, at least of what we've seen so far. And she's absolutely fantastic at just playing this like brash, I don't take no shit from anybody character.
Yeah, she has this kind of like hard outer shell.
Yeah.
You can tell that she's been through some stuff, some hard things, which, they mention on one thing. I guess I won't say, I don't know if it's considered a spoiler, with her son, but
yeah, definitely some tragedy in the family's past that she's dealing with as well, which goes into just her family, the home life, and just that whole story, kind of how it intertwines and intersects with the murder and stuff. So, yeah, she's fantastic in this show. Like I am really into her character. She's so matter of fact the way she plays everything.
She's just like a very strong.
And I think
she's strong, independent, smart. She does you can tell that she's like a fantastic detective.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, she just and I think it's worth noting that she's an English actress, and I think that she pulls off a great kind of like northeastern accent.
I know. I never know how they do that.
Yeah,
like how these actors and actresses do other accents.
mean, there's a whole thing right now with people getting upset about British actors like coming in to take English actors' jobs and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't know. She's just so good in this role. So I can understand why this British actress got this job. And then just going back into, Evan Peters as an actor. We already talked about how great he is, but I just love like him and Kate Winslet together because they're like a duo.
He got introduced in episode 2, I think. Episode
2, because it was after the murder of the first episode, and they brought him in to help Kate Winslet with the investigation.
Which she can tell she's not crazy about, but no. He is.
She does not like her toes being stepped on.
Right. And you can kind of tell that he might be just like, I don't know if he's newer or just, he's younger. But you can tell that he definitely looks up to Kate Winslet's character. And he really wants her approval, I feel like.
I like how he's not playing like, because usually with this type of stuff, you would get with this type of character, he would come in and just be like, "I'm taking over this," and
Right, kind of an
acting
asshole.
all cocky and stuff. But he's
Right.
not like that at all. Like he's legitimately feels like he's here to help her, and he's like in servitude of her, and he
Right.
just wants to help take some of the stress and some of the weight of this case off her
Right.
shoulders. And I really like their dynamic together. And
Yeah.
it's at least as of right now, it doesn't feel like there's any romance aspect involved in
Right.
it, which I like. Like I hope they keep it that way.
Yeah,
But
me too.
going into just the world feels really just real. Like that's another aspect of the show I really like. Just everything feels really real and lived in. Like all the characters in this show, like everybody in the show is great. Like
Yeah.
even the and I don't have his name wrote down, but even the dad of the one girl, which I won't go into,
Yeah.
but like even him, I thought gave like a fantastic performance just in the
Yeah.
one scene where he kind of found out
Loses it, yeah.
the news. I'm trying to get around this without spoiling stuff, but yeah, I mean overall, this is a great show. This is a great start to a new show. This is 7 episodes, so we got 4 more episodes that we're going to be covering, and going off of how we left it in episode 3. I'm definitely very interested and invested at what's to
Yes.
come, because they dropped the bombshell in the final moments of the 3rd episode. So
Right.
definitely interested in seeing how they wrap this up. But what are your overall thoughts on the show so far?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think that it's a great show. Definitely recommend checking it out, getting caught up so you can follow along with us, and we can just have some conversations about, your thoughts on it.
Yep. And like I said, we try to do this as spoiler free as possible, but I know with some people it's like you don't want to hear anything. So there might have been some people that just didn't watch this. So I encourage everybody to watch this show right away, catch up and be where we're at, and be back here Monday ready to talk about it with us, because we're going to be doing a more spoiler heavy
Yeah, because
review on
it's
Monday.
fun to talk about
Yeah.
the details.
Yeah, we really want to talk about this show
Yeah.
and more in depth. So yeah, definitely check this out. It's on HBO Max. I don't know if it's an HBO Max exclusive or if it's HBO. I don't really know how that whole relationship works, because I know we
Yeah.
have some shows are HBO, some are HBO Max. But if you have HBO Max,
It
you
comes
can
on
watch it all.
Sunday
So,
nights at 10.
yep.
Yeah. So
Sunday nights at 10, and yeah, we got
check
4
it
more
out.
episodes left. So yeah, definitely appreciate everybody watching us review and break down the first 3 episodes of Mare of Easttown. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel. Comment down below any thoughts you have on the show. Are you gonna watch it based on our recommendation? Also, smash that like button and turn on those bell notifications for all future videos.
Yes, because we have been coming up with some good ones. So they're on the way, guys. They're on the way.
Lots of exciting ideas of brewing. So
Yes.
definitely appreciate everybody's support so far. Everybody's been super supportive, and,
Oh, yeah,
and we just
for sure.
appreciate it so much. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.